Hello and welcome to another edition of MassCAC Student Athlete Spotlight, where each week we highlight an amazing student athlete from around the conference. I'm Emily Liu, MassCAC Assistant Commissioner, and meeting with me today is Jailene Escalera of Bridgewater State Track and Field. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so as I mentioned in the introduction, you're a track and field student athlete. So what initially sparked your interest in the sport?
Well, initially it was just, a way to hang out with friends. But then as soon as college started, I became more serious about the sport and been paying more attention to Olympic level things and how to get better and training wise and stuff like that. So
Did you play any other sports growing up?
I did cross country throughout high school, and then I did basic sports like gymnastics and dance when I was younger, and then taekwondo as well.
Oh, very cool. That's a very
Yeah.
eclectic group of sports. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, how did you end up as a Bridgewater State student athlete?
Um, well, at first I wasn't going to be an athlete, but then my summer before my freshman year started, I was saying to myself, sports was a way for me to make connections, make friends. So I might as well start on a team so I can have friends instead of just going into my college year with nothing to do, no one to talk to really. And it worked. So
What was it about Bridgewater State that made you want to go there?
honestly, it was the campus. I come from a local town. I'm from the South Shore area, and everyone at my high school, everyone wants to go to the city, because we're in the suburbs. And I did too. But then when I visited Bridgewater, the campus was nothing like I imagined. It was it's like a nice urban campus, everything's spaced out. It was perfect. So I was like, you know what? I'll come here.
And I hear you have a lot of cafeterias. I found that out recently that
Yeah,
there's
we
like five or
do.
six for you to choose from. So
Yeah.
that has to be a nice draw too.
Yeah, they were.
All right. So you had an outstanding weekend this past weekend. You broke a 42-year-old school record in the 100-meter dash.
We did.
And you've also throughout this season have earned some weekly accolades. What have those honors meant to you?
It's shown me just how my my hard work has paid off. I've never could have imagined breaking school records, getting these weekly accolades. I don't know. It's surprising to me because I'm like freshman year, I wasn't running the times I'm running now, and the times I'm running now was just I'd make jokes yeah, I'm gonna run a 26, but jokingly because I'm I'm not gonna run a 26. I was running 27, 28. And then it happened. I was like, wow, this is good. I'm making progress. I'm proud of myself. I'm good at something.
How did you first find out you broke the school record? Was it right after, or did it take a little bit of
Um,
time?
it was right after because I kind of stalked our school records all the time, in between classes and stuff because I'm just really into it. So I knew right away, time wise, but we always have to wait wind wise, if it was legal or not, because if it's above a 2.0, it's not legal, doesn't count. But so yeah. So time wise I knew. So we just had to it's all about the wind, anticipation.
There you go. Got to blame the wind.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, hopefully wind will not be a factor this weekend at the MassCAG Championship. But leading up to that, what's your mentality as we're only a few days away?
Honestly, the best thing that's been working for me is just to be confident in my ability to run the times I want to run, focusing on form and stuff. I know the weather this weekend isn't going to be the best, so honestly, just focusing mainly on technique because I do have upcoming meets afterwards to focus on as well. So as long as my team does great and everyone tries their hardest, I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, both Bridgewater men and women are going for their third straight MassCAG title, so it should be an exciting day on
Yeah.
Saturday.
The other teams aren't that far behind us, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, and yeah, expecting some rain, so weather could play a factor, unfortunately, but it should be a
Yeah.
great day.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to switch gears a little bit now to the student side of things. Can you just talk about your academic life a little bit? What's your major and share some of your favorite classes that you have?
Sure. So I major in communication sciences and disorders. So that's just on track to be a speech pathologist, or you can do audiology, but for me it's speech pathology. I'm in my senior year, so I have grad school coming up, which is required for speech. And currently I'm thinking of just taking a year off just because I just want to break from school life. But I might come back. I don't know. It's a little, you know, hearsay because sports. So I don't know. I don't know. But leaning towards sports. But so yeah, so that's what's going on. Yeah. Did you ask my favorite?
Favorite class
Yeah.
or classes, if you have more than one.
Right now, my favorite class is about children language development. We do a lot of like projects and like our professor brings in like stuff she uses at her like clinics with her clients and stuff. So like that hands-on activity and like we just did our final on like a case study. So we had to like give an assessment and treatment plan, which I liked. I felt like, we were like actually like in a clinic. So yeah, that's my favorite class right now.
Very cool.
Mhm.
All right. So who is someone you admire or look up to and why?
I admire a lot of people. I can't pick one person. I admire my mother as she raised me, a single mom raising her kids. She worked really hard. She had like a rough life. So I admire like her resilience through that. And then I just admire like anyone with like their work ethic or like their career driven. Like there's like a lot of celebrities I admire for that, like Zendaya, or a lot of athletes, whether they be D3, D2, D1, Olympic level. Like I just like track wise, I just admire like how much work they put into it and like just like pushing their bodies to the limit because that's what we're doing. Like we're testing like our like human body, which is like so interesting to me, and like seeing the differences between everyone and like how people can progress. So I admire a few people.
That's great.
Yeah,
Mom's always a good one to say
yeah,
too.
he's number
So,
one as always.
all right. So let's go to some rapid fire questions, get to know you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Dunkin' or Starbucks?
Duncan.
What's your go-to order?
Probably a sausage, egg, and cheese on a bagel, and then maybe a refresher, like a mango refresher or
Are
something.
you not a coffee drinker?
No, I do sometimes. I did a lot in high school, but then like I stopped after a while.
Oh, you're probably the third or fourth interview in a row that they like the food at Dunkin', but not the
Yeah,
coffee. So it's
I'm a
interesting.
foodie.
All right. Indoor or outdoor track and field?
Honestly, outdoor. It used to be indoor, but I think after this year it's outdoor.
Favorite brand of running shoe?
Um, I just got my new ones. They're Brooks, but before that it was a lot of New Balance. But I don't know. I think they're kind of the same for me. Like my foot's kind of average, so I can really just go into any shoe.
Hey, and New Balance is sport local, right? Out of
Yeah.
Boston. So there you go. We'll just say that. All
Yeah.
right. Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok?
TikTok. I'm on that all the time. It's fun.
Bridgewater State, black, white, or red?
I kind of like the black. I
Okay.
really want to get like black uniforms for our team. I think that would look super cool. I don't know. I'm really interested in it.
All right. Well, Jailene, thank you so much for doing this interview and letting us get to know you today. And
Yeah, thank
stay
you for
tuned.
having me.
Yep, no problem. Stay tuned next week for another edition of MassCAC Student Athlete Spotlight.